Bill Russell, the backbone of the world champion Boston Celtics, winner for the second straight season of the Most Valuable Player Award, a clutch performer if ever one lived. He's the brightest star in the NBA.
William Felton Russell was a monumental figure in the history of the NBA. One of the greatest players ever, he blazed trails and broke barriers. Yet for all his accolades, one aspect of his transcendent career stands out. He has more titles to his credit than any other player in NBA history.
Russell is the greatest winner of all time, the most valuable player of all time, and no one can equal his record of 11 championships in 13 years.
Russell grew up in Monroe, Louisiana, before his family moved west to Oakland, California. He was told early that when challenged, he should never back down.
When we first moved into the projects, and these 4 kids ran by, and one of them slapped me as he was going by. I went upstairs and told my mother, and we went all through the projects looking for those guys. But you're gonna fight every one of them one at a time. It was 5 of them. I lost 3 and won 2. And so I go home, crying, and she says, "Don't cry. You did what you had to do."
As a teenager in Oakland, he would blossom into a star at McClymonds High School and go on to play close to home at the University of San Francisco. His defensive abilities were unprecedented.
And there's a fight for the rebound. Taft recovers and he can move. Russell blocks his shot, and the Dons are showing their power.
Russell led his school to back-to-back NCAA titles and would cap off his amateur career by winning Olympic gold in Melbourne in 1956. Heading into the NBA draft that year, Red Auerbach of the Boston Celtics understood that Russell could transform his team. Auerbach engineered a trade dealing popular all-star Ed Macauley and talented rookie Cliff Hagan to St. Louis, clearing the way for the Celtics to sign Russell. And just as he had done in college, Bill Russell redefined the game defensively.
I remember thinking to myself, well, we not only got ourselves a rebounder, but it looks to me like he was such a great athlete for his size and such quickness. I said, I think we're getting a little bit more than we bargained for in Bill Russell.
Kuzi waiting for his man, bounce pass to Russell. Basket is good and he's fouled.
He could rebound, he could run, he could play defense. He made everybody around him better. It was the ultimate piece of the puzzle.
Just months after Russell joined the team, the Celtics were champions.
The all-around play of the Celtics is too much for the Hawks to overcome. Boston downs St. Louis to win the NBA's World Series for the first time and become the professional basketball champions.
Russell would soon be joined in the league by another dominant force, Wilt Chamberlain.
The winning is only important if you beat the best. My friend Wilt Norman Chamberlain was far and away the best player I've ever played against.
Throughout the 1960s, their rivalry would become a centerpiece of the NBA game and captivate audiences. Over the years, it also became one of mutual respect. Wilt's statistics were astounding, but Russell kept collecting championships.
Well, after he got in the league, folks were trying to compare us. I decided that I will never change the way I play for the Celtics.
Starting in 1959, Russell would lead the Celtics on a still unmatched run in American team sports. 8 consecutive league titles.
Bill Russell, 30 points and 40 rebounds.
Russell used to become physically ill before every ball game.
I mean, that's how much each particular game meant to him.
West all alone. Look at Russell come down. And what a play by Russell!
Was it important to dominate? Yes. It was important to dominate because one thing that you want to do to your opponents is to make them think, make them know they can't win. You shut a guy down or block a guy's shot and say, yes, we did that to you. If you come back, we'll do it again.
That's it. It's all over. It's all over.
Everybody in the place is yelling and screaming. They deserve it, John. They're the greatest basketball team that was ever assembled.
But even as they dominated throughout the 1960s, Russell and his teammates also had to battle the degradations of racism. One such instance took place before a preseason game against the St. Louis Hawks, scheduled to be played in Lexington, Kentucky.
Casey went down to the restaurant in the hotel we were staying, and they would not serve him. We decided we weren't going to play.
Russell helped lead a boycott of African-American players from both teams. Russell's sense of justice extended beyond the world of basketball. He also sought to make a difference in society at large. After civil rights leader Medgar Evers was murdered, Russell flew to Jackson, Mississippi to help oversee the integration of youth basketball games.
Well, do you think that you will get some white kids to play basketball with Negro kids?
I think so. I don't see why not. My kids play with white kids, and nobody got hurt yet.
When heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali refused to fight in Vietnam because of his religious beliefs, Russell joined America's finest African-American athletes to support him.
When we had the summit in Cleveland to see how Muhammad Ali felt about going into the Army, Bill was right there, and with no fear.
There's so many things that he contributed by how he lived his life, how he dealt with his success, and the pride that he had. You know, we needed examples of people with pride.
Jackie Robinson was a hero to all of us. But my attitude was that Jackie took us from point A to point B. I was not going to revisit point A. I was going to start at point B.
By 1966, the Celtics had established themselves as a dynasty. As the legendary Auerbach stepped down, Russell was on the verge of making even more history. With his hiring as Celtics head coach, Bill Russell broke through a long-standing barrier and had to face his share of doubters.
As the first Negro coach of a major league sport, can you do the job impartially without any racial prejudice in reverse?
Yes.
How?
Because the most important factor is respect. And basketball respects a man for his ability, period.
Russell would grow into his role as player-coach. After a playoff loss, the Celtics recaptured the crown in 1968. The following season, the Celtics were an aging team and found themselves fighting again for an NBA title, but this time as underdogs against a powerful Los Angeles Lakers team that had just added Chamberlain to its roster. It was only fitting that for these two longtime foes, the series would go the distance.
I can't help but wonder, how do you feel about going into another seventh game, this time on somebody else's floor?
We've done it before.
We get back out. For the last game, Jack Kent Cooke was the owner of the Lakers. He put out a sheet in all the seats. When the Lakers win the championship, the balloons in the rafters would fall down, and Chick Hearns would interview Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Wilt Chamberlain in that particular order. Well, I took this back to Russell.
Sam showed me that, and I said, well, a couple of things. It is humanly impossible for the Lakers to win the game tonight. The Lakers can't beat us. But it's going to be fun to watch them get those balloons out one at a time.
Naturally, Russell walked away from his final game a winner.
Chris, I'm here with Bill Russell. Bill, this must have been a great win for you.
Exactly.
I know it's hard to say what's in your mind right now, Bill, and it must have been a great win.
Boy, this is such a great bunch of guys, you know, and it's just been so fabulous the way they played for me, and it sounds all corny, you know, start talking like that, but I told these guys before the game, I don't care what happens, I wouldn't trade you guys for any guys in the world.
Bill Russell was a champion on the court, a powerful voice for equality, and a heroic example for all who followed.
You young people here that would like to be president of the United States, you can do anything that you want to do, if you want to do it bad enough. Thank you very much.
Bill Russell, the man, is someone who stood up for the rights and dignity of all men. He marched with King. He stood by Ali and made possible the success of so many who would follow.
For the game's ultimate winner, Russell's legacy lives on through the NBA Finals MVP award, which bears his name.
I've never wanted to live my life to get accolades or honors or anything. I've tried to live my life doing what I think is right and for the right reasons. And I think that I did okay.